Hey everybody, it's Jen Beck. How are you? I want to chat with you for a couple minutes today about mindful eating. And this is kind of a very common or very trending phrase these days, is to mindfully eat. Now, most of us would think, well, what's mindless eating, right? And maybe we know this, right? It's like sitting in front of our TV and munching as we watch TV, right? We just need something to do. Our brain's kind of bored. It's like, oh, give me something to do. Oh, food sounds like a great idea. We'll do that. Right? Or maybe it's while you're working and you're not paying attention to how much you're eating, right? You take a couple bites, do a little bit of work, answer a call, take a couple bites, go back to work. And the more that we mindlessly eat, the more we eat in general. Not only that, but we're not going to chew our food well enough to pull the nutrients out, and we're not going to enjoy our food as much as either. Okay, so mindfully eating is really important. So ideally, that means sitting down at a table, focusing on your food, not reading, not on your phone, not on watching TV, and definitely not working. There was a study that came out several years ago, and they took two couples, gave them the exact same 5-course meal. One couple ate the meal in a relaxed environment. They had candlelight, they had music, they enjoyed their time, and really had a great discussion. The other couple, they get the exact same meal too, but this couple was at work. So again, they took a couple bites, did a little bit of work, took a couple bites, and over the same 2 hours, ate the exact same 5-course meal. But the first couple that enjoyed their meal, relaxed, didn't gain an ounce. The second couple that ate it at work gained 5 pounds each. So that's an example of how when we eat under stress and or mindlessly eat, so we're not chewing, we're not focusing on our food, we're not focusing on our satisfaction level, it's really easy to overeat or to not have our body register how much we have eaten. Or keep our cortisol levels going so we're storing fat. That's what that message sends our body when we eat under stress. So we want to make sure that we're mindfully eating. So like I said, ideally sit at a table, no distractions. And then really tap into how your food is tasting. How is it smelling? What does it look like? How many colors are there? This is another reason why we want to have an attractive plate so that we can enjoy our food aesthetically, right? We want to look at that and go, wow, that looks really good. You've seen a salad or a plate that has a lot of colors on it and it's like, oh, that looks amazing, versus one that's like green, or the average American diet, which is beige, right? Chicken nuggets, fries, bread, things like that, right? So we want to have as many colors as possible because it's more aesthetically pleasing to the eye. We also want to make sure that we're smelling our food. So that's where a lot of those aromas can come up and come in with herbs and spices and, flavorful fruits and vegetables, which just adds so much to it. And then we want to make sure that we're listening to chewing or to drinking, right? That just pulls in another sense. Is it crunchy? Is it smooth? Is it silky? Think about how it tastes in our mouth. What's the flavor feel? What's the texture like? Is it rough? Is it smooth? Is it gritty? Is it, what's the texture that's in our mouth? Is it a piece of meat or is it yogurt? Like, think about the different textures that we experience. And then yes, we also want to taste it and we want to enjoy that flavor that comes with it as well. So the more we can engage each one of our senses, the more our brain lights up when we eat and the more enjoyable it is. So we want to make sure that we pay attention to all of our senses as well as how we eat. What's the environment that we eat in? So your challenge this week is to really look at, like, how do I eat my meals? Am I driving in the car and sitting at work, or am I sitting down at a table? Do I have a really nice placemat with a plate and a glass and a fork, or am I eating out of a takeout container, right? So how we eat is just as important as what we eat. So this week, really look at how mindful you are when you're eating and how does that show up in the choices that you make, in how your digestion reacts, in how your energy levels react. All of these things are indicative of what works for us and what doesn't. So this week, I want you to tune in and pay attention to how you're feeling, both what your environment is, and then how you feel after you eat, right? And that will help you become more and more mindful about what works for you and what doesn't, and how you can make food and eating an enjoyable experience. And that enjoyment will also shift how we choose what we're eating as well. So thanks for tuning in. We'll talk to you soon.